Prem Swalomapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Let's all stand as we begin this evening with aarti. Put your hands together, everybody. And as we get set to present ourselves to Lord Shiva tonight, our second night of reading, take a second and just say a prayer. Simple. Dear God, my name is, I live at, and I've come to learn, to hear about your great and holy discourse. Dear God, please accept my humble offering of my time, myself. Tonight, I brought a couple of flowers for you. Just as the flower has the nectar, has the sweetness in it, it says, how I give is so I get. Please accept the little offerings that I have and bless me accordingly. Tonight, as we sing and glorify your form, please bless me with your choices, blessings. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grihana devesham Trailokya timirapaham Jai Shiva Omkara Har Shiva Omkara Jai Shiva Omkara Har Shiva Omkara Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Ardhanki Dara. Everybody. Chaturanana Panchanana Raje Pansarsana Garurasana Vrishvahana Saje Om Nara भुज चार चतुर भुज दस भुज ते सोहे तीन ही रूप निरखता भुवन जन मोहे माला बनमाला मुंडमाला धारी चंदन मृग मद सोहे बाले शशिधारी. Everybody. Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara, Jai Shiva Omkara. Swami Hare Shiva Omkara. With your hands together. Dear Lord, tonight I've come to listen to your discourse again. Please help me to learn, help me to listen, help me to remember, help me to focus. Dear God, inside of this person lives a sinful guy, a sinful lady, that when these great moments when I could listen to your discourse, listen to Shiv Yag, Som Yag, that gives so much of blessings and benefit, I might start to think about home, the work, the traffic on the road, and different things that will not yield blessing. But God, Lord Shiva, if you allow me, then I can do that. Then I can focus. Then I can pay attention. And most important, then I can remember what I hear about your form. Let's pray together, everybody. Om Gajananam Kapete Jumbo Umasutam Sho Namami Viganeshwara Sarvamangalamangale Sharanye Narayani Guru Brahma Guru Devo Guru Sakshat Tasmai Shri Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody.
Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Prem Swalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Devotees, please take your seat, make yourself comfortable. Let me once again welcome everybody on behalf of the team here. Last night we entered into Shata Rudra Samhita and we did the discourse that deals with the origin of Nandi, the purpose of the bull. Why is it placed there? What is he doing? And we spoke about the lingam, the formation of the lingam. Everybody put your cell phone on silent for me. We spoke about why you see people whispering in the ears of the bull when you see people walking and they, how do you walk around a lingam? It's not circle like this. But you walk to what I'm saying is the trough, the part that has the runoff, and then you go the other way around and you come back this way, kind of semicircle. Why is that done? We touched on all of that from that discourse. We spoke about in that discourse the kind of love that exists in a person for children. In our discourse last night, we talked about how this father, he's very focused on his prayer, and he wants to have a child. He wants to have a child because his ancestors came to him and says, if you send us a child, when you see we have different tarpan being offered at your home, you will hear something called Agnishvataha. Agnishvataha Pitara is those people that belong to your family, but maybe they left from the faith or the Sanatan Dharma that you are following, and they go to a different type of denomination or a different faith altogether. And the person says, I am not going to do that type of prayer. So now no final rites, incomplete rites are being done. and the person's soul is in a type of limbo. So they are not in a rested state. So when the person, let's say you have yagya coming up, wedding coming up, and the person wants to have the Shrad, the Nandi Shrad, this is where you pray for those type of people. We are saying, in other words, we have yagya here and we are going to get blessing when we worship that Shiv Baba, that lingam. But in order for us to be happy, healthy, safe, sometimes you're cutting up the pumpkin or the Shata and cut. Problem now. Because the book says, if the person is not in control of their bodily fluid, such as a cut, such as the mucus, such as different things, diarrhea, etc., throwing up, etc., the person is not fit to engage in puja, different type of vrat. So this is the part that they come to tell the lady now, all respect to everybody, if your body natural cycle comes, you are not fit, but it's not any prejudice against the lady. It is basically saying, and this is why we just have 5 people minimum walking around the box. If the first fella get a head cold as he cut the hair, think was saying, and he go outside and he get a little dew and he have to offer the pinda from the right hand in this way. He's not fit to offer. Let the second fella take over. Let the third person stand in. Let the fourth person stand in. He's a standby. Let them all begin the vrat by burning the body. And now they are going to do praschit, shaving the head. They're going to ask God, dear God, because I burned my mother body, I'm going to get sin. Let me do purification type prayer, fasting, sleeping on the ground, etc. To purify yourself of what? The sin. And when all of us burn the body, 5 are we burn the body, 5 are we truthfully supposed to fast. I'm saying it so people understand. Sometimes we get it wrong. We say the main guy go do that part. But boy, 5 are we burn the body. If you understand what you're fasting for, it's because you get trapped. When that lady was alive, when that man was alive, you'll get good sin if you harm them. That is my mother upon it. If I slap them, I'll get strapped. Now you're burning the body. The person is receiving shrap. So on the day of the funeral, watch next time you go. When you see the body light up, watch them quick. They just go quick by the kush grass. Whether crematorium, burial, they see the start of a turpan. God forgive me. In doing my duty as a son, I'm getting shrap. Sin. It has happened. In wedding, do you know that the boy is getting? Oh God, now all the man go say me are going unmarried. But think what I say. The boy, the girl getting married, she go and help this fella. But he want to get help. He want to get madam. He want to get children. He want to get a lot of things. So he's getting married. And at the point in the wedding where you see boy facing girl and they just watch each other to make sure, you know, all the old people long time used to switch older sister with younger sister. Make sure that is the person you want to marry. When the girl have to come on this side, the boy gets a sin. Truthful. Why? Because at this moment, he is going to get help. He happy. He could get a grandchild, either boy or girl, putra, putri. This child is going to uplift the whole family. No problem. But the girl now, in the father house, she was princess. You didn't have the duties. You didn't have the work. Now because of this selfish man, oh God, he watched children, honeymoon, children coming, pain coming, back pain coming, housework coming, responsibilities, one after the other coming now. When you didn't have children, you didn't have homework to do. See that fella in a red curtain on the stage? He's one of them primary school teachers and he guilty of this. When you hear the children coming home with the homework, is really for the children? Or for the mother and the grandmother to sit down whole night, sir, to sit down and make all the project. Patience now. Think what I'm saying. Mother, 10 to 1, mother just had to do it. Me saying father don't do it, but 10 to 1. Mommy just had to sit down and do all of this work. The poor girl, when she was in father house, she didn't have that responsibility. But now this man, oh God, he changed his name and he changed his life. All the time she sees, she doubles with slight pepper. Now, oh God, everybody in this house, my father-in-law does eat only hot pepper. Only chatak matak. I had to learn to cook this way. I had to forget. Watch how the lady make. I had to forget everything I learned from my father's house. And now I had to pick up with my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my husband wanted how they wanted. I have to learn it this way. The body of this lady is different. She now, when she not in control, as she bodily fluid, it have a rule where they say abstain from certain offering. But you have to understand that is for both man and woman, truthfully. In the example of the funeral, that is why you have 5 people going wrong. That is why we just make a big fuss for the Kanya when she chumain, as we talked about chumain last night. That is why we just take Kanya, representative of the Devi. Yes, mother, you in this form, we just wash your foot. Today now we come in you, wish goodness. Lakshmi matters, we talk about the mudra. Take away, we don't want somebody to come and say, look how nice this girl looking. Oh God, she should have married my son. Why is she marrying them child for? It has happened when you go and you see the child. I don't know if I do that this side. And there's to do, well, look, the right lady there here. Sit down. When the girl belly big and they're doing the Shashti part, the 8 months prayers, and they just take the girl one side and they will expose, I say it earlier, they will expose the top part of the belly and they just put a ticker for the baby, the belly now, and they will aarti the belly. You're only going to let mothers touch that belly in that moment. Truthfully, you can't put a lady who had children, who know about children. It have 2 reasons. Suppose the person go there to bless and lift. How you going to bless me? Better way for man. You never make baby. You know about the fear and the fright and the trouble. You're supposed to be blessing the girl. Bless you that you're going, man. Don't worry, you'll get through. Simple language. But you never went through that. What you going to bless me with? Where you don't know about? Secondly, suppose the lady now, how come I never get a baby? To be straightforward. And jealousy, envy. In that moment, instead of you bless, you want to take. So in that time, you got to be careful who touching. In the living, in the shroud, in the wedding. And we just say when they put on the hardi, don't go and touch too much. It's capable. It's just, you see the damn pundit and them, oh God, there is only talk Ram and Krishna. Good, 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 good. And we just talk about the good side of prayer. But if your Baba never talk about the bad, meaning that people could do bad, it have. When you hear your name Bhutnath, and we say Bhutnath, if we don't talk about the boot and the pisach, the unrested souls that come and feed on a woman when she's sleeping. We talked about last night about the breasts and how they just go by the water and beg for the body from the sea. But it have, correct me if I'm wrong, it have experience where a person sleeping, sleep paralysis, they just call it in English. And I see a dark figure, I see something choking me. Don't get tired. It exists. It have a discourse between Brahma and Shiva. Brahma says, I create these shadowy figures from people that family didn't do correct rites. So their soul unrested. And they go now when they're hungry and they want help. They go and they feed off the mother's body, the lady's body as she's sleeping. The sexual energy, the natural ability of that lady body, and you hear in the morning all in she soft parts, delicate parts, black mark, etc. Those things are explained by Brahma. So when you hear in a Hanuman Chalisa and it have a boot, a pret, and a curtain, by his name, run those things. And then you go say Hanuman Baba is incarnation of Lord Shiva. Based on what we talked about last night, he has a form for the sky, for the water, for the this, for the that. And I hinted last night about the color blue. If you're wearing blue tonight, me picking on you. I'm more talking about, did you grow up in a time when they used to decorate with paper in temple before all this fancy business? Remember, check yourself. Did you ever see blue paper? It have a rule in our dharma that says when you have prayer, you're sitting for puja, you're going to make offering. So I'm telling you this, from the side, Shivratri is coming, you're going to sit for prayer or take part on the offering, don't wear blue. He says, I reserve in the form that is in charge of the water, in charge of the sky. I reserve blue for things that are illusionary, fake, not real. So the person who was talking to asked him, well, what do you mean? Show me something that's fake, that have blue associated in it. He said, you ever watch this guy? He said, I hold up this guy. For everybody who travel here, I watch this guy. Look blue, clear skies today, Pandit, blue skies. Go in the plane and tell me where you find blue. I watch the ocean, it look blue. Go and cup all the water, local, foreign, abroad, anywhere you want. Tell me where you find blue in your hand. In science in school, they go talk about the bending and breaking a light. But the Hindu does practice these science. This is why they just make a fuss. When we was growing up, and they used to tell we make sure and wear white when you're sitting for prayer. White light, white clothing, have all the color in it. All the color sit in that white. It have everything. So the person now in this garb want the sun to hit them. So I face in east. Why do you face east? I'm facing east to attract the energy on the horizon. Let the rising sun hit my body and charge me up. So when I'm wearing this white clothes now, the solar energy hit me and attract and pull. And when I go and I'm begging God, please mother help me. Simple. Dear mother, please, I'm doing Hawan. Lord Shiva, I'm touching your lingam. I'm praying for help. Okay, help is going to come in the form of energy. Just like how we talked about the coconut last night. When you go wedding and you see the pundit had the ring on the baby. Remember, solar energy again, Tabich, solar energy again. The Tarya it is used. The electric energy. Everything have a flow of energy. It have a reason. When home by you ever see young children want to take out the fancy, nice plastic Tarya? Or they have plastic Tarya home, man? You get that? Nobody have plastic Tarya? Boil it backward, man. How come you have plastic Tarya? You have plastic waiter. But the Tarya is the one you go put the parasad in. I see when I come by you to do prayers, you do well a nice burton and you're shining it so, and you're touching and, right? But how come it a plastic? Because it mark, if I take these plastic, if I take plastic and I touch it to something that have electrical energy, plastic do conduct electrical energy. But the Hindu is saying, when I touch it, let the Shakti flow. Think what I'm saying, and they're going to offer Parsad and Alingam. If Lord Shiva living in it, dear God, your energy had to come mine. The lota and you just touch it so. It have many examples. The reason why I'm touching on it, it have many examples that we just do stuff again. And I really don't know why I do it. Children go to school to learn that. You see the aluminum one? If it's shiny, it is more conductive. It will pull more electrical energy. So I grew up with a grandmother who used to say, prayers come in, shine your Tarya, clean your Tarya. Only to grow up to hear that when it have a little coating or a haze or the moss, it don't work as good. So the person getting ready for prayers makes their weapon, their tool, the Tarya, the lota, the wares that they're going to touch, the murti, the earth. Touching now, touching, pulling the energy. If you is God, use 100%. I just want 1%. Please, I need help. I need help. And why it is be barefoot for? I had arthritis. I shouldn't be barefoot. All the Hindu pundit, oh God, all the backward. Where we barefoot for? Well, boy, when I pull the energy here, the sickness in different kata, it tell you that the workers of Yamraj are the sickness that you and I face. You name it, they work for him. They cause us to get weak. They cause us to lose the energy, and in some cases cause us to die. When you're doing your prayer and you're pulling the Diya light, you're pulling the Hawan smoke, you're touching your murti, the negative energy have to go somewhere. So the person is barefoot to grung off. For the electrician here, he understands me very well. Let the positive sit here and let the negative go to the earth. Let it go somewhere. So the Hindu, whether the Dar, whether the Hawan, or you're touching your murti, Mahadev, I consign the negativity. You see, home, I cannot handle my marriage. Dear God, I'm fighting with this business. I'm fighting with money. I'm fighting with the exam. Whatever it is, let that negativity go, come off of me. This is why we just bow. This is why we just shine your Tarya and Lota. Little things. Tonight, if you watch our big Shiv Baba there, nice Shiv Baba, what could we pick on to figure out with Lord Shiva? Because Tanti them, everybody who come in after, Tanti and them tell me them know Lord Shiva. Them children say them is Hindu, them know about Lord Shiva. And if somebody come and they ask you, we talk about the snake, we talk about the little bull on the side here. But if somebody come and ask you, I hear he just wear a tiger skin, really a lion skin. If you watch him around, he wears. You just see it, but different artists like that one making it look like a leopard. Some just make it look striped like a tiger. But then Durga Mata riding the tiger. So what happened there? Where's the story there? Where's the katha there? The truth is, it is a lion's skin he wears around his waist. And that lion skin get we people in trouble. Sit down, babe. Sit down. That lion skin, if you read history, when Alexander the Great was invading India, he dressed like Lord Shiva to fool these rural people that a great white Macedonian, remember I tell you, he's not blue. That artist is fooling us. He's not blue. Bhairav Baba has that darker color. The artist makes it look blue. His true color is white because of the ash. So here now, this invader is coming, walking in with this huge force. And he looks very white. And he ties a huge lion's skin around his waist. So where there was going to be fight, the people put down the thought Shiva Baba manifested and walked in. So they made him marry somebody from the kingdom, and he accepted a Hindu bride. And many things in Alexandra's keep was from India. Imagine there are many people who wear that tiger skin from different religions, and they use it to manipulate the look. Not in Trinidad alone, but in other places. Tonight, as we enter into our discourse, I want to explain why he wears that tiger skin. Easy discourse. As you learn a little Inca more about your Lord Shiva. My intention tonight is to teach you that. Put your hands together as we do our Shivra and Sumiran. And this is where you have to pray to him. You're asking him at a personal level. No two person is going to listen to your Katha, Lord Shiva, and learn the same lesson. You are my teacher. And tonight, as I get the opportunity to sit with good and godly people, doing good and godly conversation, bless me at my level, where my spirituality is, to learn about you. Gauri Shankara Pada Kamala Prema Sahita Hiyale Srimad Shambhu Puranyake Vasharachau Shubha Shruti Samvedanadi Shiva Samba Sachirana Nirguna Brahma Vilakaye Dhyayami Sukhakan Jahi ke Maya Paya Jaga Bhaupalan Laya Ho Shambhu Shambhu Jasu Bhala Pavat Gaurav Doy Mata Pita Guru Bharati Veda Vyasa Munesh Prema Sahita Kara Jora Kara Sabhi Navahushe Gauri Shankara Pada Kamala Prema Sahita Hiyale Srimad Shambhu Puranyake Vasharachau Shubha Srimad Shambhu Puranyake Vasharachau Shubham. Sachin, you might have to put on a speaker where I could hear. I can't hear anything while I'm sitting. If we can't do that tonight, we could do it tomorrow. Tonight, we enter into chapter 10 of the Shata Rudra Khan. And these two people, the same two people who were talking last night, Sanakumar, the sons of Brahma, and Nandi the bull, Nandishwar. And Sanakumar is asking, Prabhu, you have been given katha after katha, Rishabh, Griyapat, different forms of Lord Shiva. I understand Hanuman and his work. I understand his position. But is there any other form? Is there any other way that I could, after listening, I could understand his figure? I see him with matted locks. I see him with this lion skin around his body. I see him with 4 hands, 10 hands. The Munda Mala, we talked about it. In the aarti, you're singing Akshamala. Akshamala is the Rudraksh. Aksh means the eye drop, the tear drop. He wears this on his body. But if you don't tell me about it, I won't understand the value of that. I see people putting Rudraksh bead in the car. If somebody come and ask you why, where you go tell them? Oh Bhagwan, Mommy tell me to put it so put. Remember, Aksh mean teardrop. Rudra's teardrop. Sati Devi is burning, and he saw her body burning, and tears start to fall from his eyes. So wherever they fall, drop on the earth. Now in Kuva, these trees are growing in Trinidad. A person could buy them full seed and dry them and have them. When you Shivratri come and you're doing Hawan with it, now you could do it. Not the dry seed, but with the fruit around it. From that comes Rudraksh. And the person who is wearing one seed, one, forget the whole mala now, one, wherever that is, Shiva is there. So the person in the car, whether they know it or not, they're saying, let Mahadev stand up here. Where he is, bad cannot come. Just like that, O Nandi, give me an explanation so that I could better understand him. His form and his work is a little different. His work is secretive even to Parvati, even to Sati Mata, to his children. I heard from you about how he's in charge of the stars, the sky, the particles of dust, the streams of water that trickle on the earth, birth, death. I understand how he is integral in the operation of the atomic energy. That when different atoms, particles are being formed, Shiva and Shakti are dancing. If you're talking about the sharing of electrons, the bonding in a solid structure, that is where they exist. That while some person might say, I don't know if God exists, I don't see God. The truth is the energy that is allowing things to cohese. In science, as we are now learning, Sanatan Dharma describes it as Shiva and Shakti. He says, I'm learning. Could you please give me another wonderful discourse that I could understand my God more? You and I pray to Lord Shiva like this. How you do pray to Lord Shiva? You is the Bhakt. Do you realize you do two things when you say your prayers? One, you celebrate his name. Om Namah Shivaya, bow to the one called Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Mrityunjayaya, Namostute. I bow to the one who's called Shiva, who could overcome death. Then, Om Trayambakam Yajame. I bow to the one who could defeat death. In one way, I'm celebrating his name. In one way, I'm celebrating his glory or his power. In Shiv worship, you're either doing one or the other. When you're doing the Abhishek and you're bathing him, as I described last night, how the lingam came to be. And if in your online, you're seeing people offer where it have snow, they pack the lingam with ice too. Not only what we offer traditionally. In some parts, they don't have sugarcane juice, so they start to offer the sugar. They will make, like, let me say, simple syrup, what it is called the, when you're making your mango and whatever, how it is called that, pag. The pag, what we will boil the water and put the sugar and make it come clear, and then bathe that on the lingam. Let it crystallize on him with the ice. So now he's framed in what we might say batasa. People offer it and form the batasa on the lingam. It have different things you offer to that lingam more than what we are accustomed doing. And this is what we want to talk about. In this discourse tonight, you're going to hear about how he gets that lion. Let's join together. As Nandi says, listen, you want to hear? I'll give you the discourse that you want to hear. Nanda Dulari Radha Pyari Kunja Vihari Shama Murari Nanda Dulari Radha Pyari Kunja Vihari Shama Murari Chatvi Jata Buddhiye Kathayami Yatha Shrutam Charita Shariram Divya Parameshwara Suchikamna Chata Vidata Buddhiyate Nanda Dulari Radha Pyare Says, O old soul, O Sanat Kumar, you should bring your brothers Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat. Let them come and listen as well. Tonight I will give you the discourse of Sharabha, a different form of Lord Shiva, where he has to do his typical work. From time to time, he is involved in the advent of Lord Vishnu. And he has to come to bring an end to that katha, to bring an end to that birth of Lord Vishnu. He says, listen. Jayascha vijayascha bhavati shrapiye adaha tadhaye dithi paradvaya bhutam kashyap putra ye aarti Nanda Dulari Radha Pyari Kunja Vihari Shama Murari Nanda Dulari Radha Pyari Kunja Vihari Shama Murari Nanda Dulari Radha Pyari Kunja Vihari Shama Murari. He says, you know this part. You know, we going and repeat a little piece here. The form of Kumkaran, Ravan, the form of Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu. Where does it start? The two door attendants of Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu, Jai and Vijay, are two great, powerful, very powerful doorkeepers. Dwar Palu, Dwar doorway. Palu meaning security. And they were standing there, left and right. And these four little brothers, Sanat Kumar is one of them. The four brothers looking like babies then, 5, 6 years old. Come, we need to meet with Lord Vishnu. Open the door because of their seniority, because of their power. But Jai and Vijay thought it was just mere children. And when you wonder, how is it Ravan was so bad, but Sri Ram has to come to take his soul? It was Jai and Vijay that inherit this shrap. Go upon the earth for 3 times, you're going to burn. Because they tell him, go from here, go from here, go. 3 times they said. And drive them like children. You and me might do it when children irritated. Go from here, Lord Vishnu had time for you. And they repeated it 3 times. Nandishwar says, you and your brothers got so upset at this insult that pronounced upon them the shrap that they would come upon the earth, go through the womb, all the pain in the womb, suffering in the womb, born upon the earth because of their attitude. You look like a devata, but you're acting like a demon. Go born upon the earth as a demon, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And it so happened that long before Sri Ram walked the earth, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh are born. That Jai and Vijay come upon the earth to the form of Diti and Kashyap. And they are born and they sit down and they learn from their father a great amount of prayer. But they are born to have enmity with Lord Vishnu. You know this story. He says, remember, Hiranyaksh is the elder brother. And he wanted to go and take the whole world and drown it in the celestial waters. Hiranyaksh is killed by, when you watch a Panch book, Hanuman, and it have one with a boar head. Varaha, one of the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, came to deal with that brother. Lord Shiva has to come when that brother is dying, when Varaha is going. Let's hear what happened. Tam Shrutuva Prata Viram Nahita Pransinaye Bhasam Shiva Shiva Kusha Hiranyaksh Yena Chatapata Yena Kushyate. Vihari Shama Murari. Just to touch on that discourse, this is not in Shivran, so I'm talking from memory here. Kalika Upapuran has this. When Hiranyaks and Varaha, meaning Lord Vishnu form forehand, but he has a boar head, is fighting on the battlefield. At some point, the battle is destroyed. Varaha is lying on the earth, and in that birth, his consort is Prithvi Devi, Mother Earth. So he doesn't want to give up the form. He doesn't want to give up. Sit down, fellas. All come. Look, we have seats in front. All come in front. He doesn't want to give up the form. He doesn't want to go back to Vaikunt. And everybody went to beg Lord Shiva, come and talk to him now. Here listening. His weight, the work finished. And his weight is so much. Mother Earth is trembling. The earth is cracking. Don't let him stay here. He has come to do a job, but the job finished now. Please, please, come and talk to him. And Lord Shiva came and very calmly started to coax him. Mahavishnu Sitaram. Mahavishnu, your work here upon Prithvi is finished. You have to return. So Varaha says, if I leave, there is no, what we know today as Ramayana and Gita, Bhagavad, we immortalize the incarnation of Lord Vishnu because of the text. He says, but there's no text for Varaha. This form will come, make the sacrifice and go, and everybody will forget it. Think about what I said. How much Varaha Puja you do? He says, no, I cannot leave. You have to fix it somehow. He says, in this earth, imagine, according to the Katha, the boar had 3 little piglets, 3 little sons with Mother Earth. He says, I will give those 3 sons of yours 3 great positions. Those 3 sons that are playing here around this body will be born back as the sons or the forms of Agni. One form of Agni is the form we just do prayers for. Auntie, cover your hair. Don't let the hair fall in the Havan. I'm sick. Careful, eh? Don't let Baba like the sweat, do. In the Havan, don't do that. Careful. That's desecration. That form of Agni is only for Sattvic offering. The form we just take out the Rajasic fire is the one we just do, what it is do Saturday night when the people married in. The Pachina di Lava. And the lady them just take out a Siddha. For that brother who is that fire, please come and accept this gift. Rajasic. Why Rajasic? No mantra involved. It is have dancing, all kind of money this past, that is pay and patch the lava, patch this seed that have like this coconut, the life inside it, the boy and the girl going to offer the bhavar tomorrow, bless them when they come together, they will be fertile, bless them to have children, etc. That middle brother became that one. And the last one, we now saying don't let hair fall in the fire here. But Babs, I went to a cremation and I see them burn a whole head of hair. Jai Bhagwan. Tamasic offering. The little Havan, you see the Pandit, pay attention when you go next time. The little Havan that is doing in front of the chit or the fire. Dear God, you in Kravyad Agni, a different form of Agni, accept this body, accept the flesh, the blood, the flesh, unclean thing, bone, accept this. Here, accept it. For people who is offer animal sacrifice, accept this unclean thing. Digest it and allow it the next step, the bone and etc., to be visible. This is why we just touch any Havan Kona and we go walk around the chit and we go light it and etc. from that fire. So these three Agni come from these three. So Varaha feel good, Chiran get in fix, get in position. From that time onwards, we had these three fire. And these practices that I'm describing originated after that. He was very happy. Then Lord Shiva said, all right, Baba, it's time for you to get up, go now. Mother Earth is struggling. What was mountain coming valley now with your weight? Press it. Tell me what again you want. He says, something has to immortalize me, else all my children will forget this sacrifice. He says, okay. In Hindi, Kushi means happiness. Simple. Simple. Kushi, smile, happy. From today, see this battlefield where we fight here with Hiranyaksh. Wherever your foot press the earth, a grass is going to grow. From the base, Brahma, the middle part, Shiva, and from the tip, Lord Vishnu. We will call that grass Kusha grass, or that grass which bring the happiness, Kushi. You bring back the happiness in mother, and this grass will immortalize it. When the people go to bathe the dead and they have the corpse in the funeral home in today's world, and you have, last time we talked about bathing, right? And you bathe the lady or the father, and you bathe the body, you bathing it with the products from the cow. Milk, dahi, ghee, urine, cow gobar, to take away the sin on this body. God make me deaf, He make me blind, He make me hair drop off, He make me, I have mole all over my body, I have skin problem because of sin. So now this shell is going to be offered to that Agni. The family come to wash it with the milk product. Just like when the person married in, just like the Janeo Sanskar, etc. So the value of preparing the body for the Hawan is like if we do in Parsad. And you just take the Parsad, mix it with ghee, clove, rice, sugar, I don't know well, it is putting it and offer swaha in the fire. The funeral day, taking the Parsad, the body, you mix it with ghee, etc. like the Taria, in the fire. But the preparation for the Parsad is bathing it with the cow product. And after you bathe it and it's clean, now it's ready. The family who know what they're doing, and these were saying it, so you're going to know, there is one to make sure it has gobar. And you know where it is lippy baby for? Yeah, you know that part, man. When they take the form to go and beg Krishna, he said, Ma, Lakshmi Mata, you sit down inside the waist of this animal. That the only Sita have. Wherever the gobar is spread, then I could invite you. So that baby, yes, you see mud. But if you don't spread the gobar, it's not fit to invite that Devta. Look up, they have tile. How does it become fit to invite the Devta? Put gobar first, and where it is marked, then invite that Devta there. It could be pitch, terrazzo, you name it. In a typical house where we have unclean, fresh children making, how are we going to transform this place into fit to invite God? The gobar or the Lakshmi in that Gauri is that mark. That is why. When you go in the funeral and you see they put it under the box, wherever she is placed, Brahma said, bad people, bad thing, Roman spirit, lost souls, people who looking for help cannot come. So the family, when they done bathe the body, they just put in the box. If you really know what you're saying, take gobar from the heifer and smear the box, the fancy cloth where they just put, and they just put the kush grass. Why? When the three of them, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, there, bad cannot come. So they're driving from here to home, but nobody can touch. Because think was, when the body reach here, it had to go over here. But when it's at a move now, what protecting it? When your Baba doing prayers with you, Pandit Sivkamara here, so I could say this part. Listen. When he say any prayers, Kusha Setu, Deva, and he calling the Kush ring, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, sit on the person's hand, protect them. But you're using arm for mango. The correct thing for your prayers is Kush, remember that. When we didn't have Kush grass growing, we had mango, we used to use mango. But mango is just a form of Lakshmi. This, you seen this here? This 5 form. And today, all of this tell we boil the mango leaf and it go help your sugar go down so. Lakshmi Mata, and when a long time, all you know what I said. And long time when you decorate the temple long before, they had all this fancy thing. And we say, decorate with mango leaf. Right, Lakshmi Mata stand up in the place, in the mandap. That is the mark of the mandap. When the person seeing this, watch your pit here. And you're seeing this decoration here, this. Not everybody just put this under the coconut. Different part of India, you see coconut alone. But the 5 mango leaf, Lakshmi Mata stand here. stand up here, purify here. And she's always called in that way. In that katha, Sanakumar, Lord Vishnu appointed the kush grass. So today now when the person tie in the grass, watch how trouble is come. Gita say you can't tie it, hold it, burn it, wet it, the soul. But somebody gonna say, Baba, we tie in the kush grass because we tie in the dead man to stand up here in the grass. See how we Hindu people smart? No. What the person who are custom offering tarpan will tell you, after you offer on that grass, 1, 2, 3 days, the grasses want to fall. So they're trying, one, sometimes there's a little stick or something, a little makeshift business to keep it up. But I want to get to the tip where Lord Vishnu day. So I'm offering the water on the tip as if I'm bathing Lord Vishnu. You want to understand that better? Go in a country where it is winter and it have no kush grass. What do those people do? Get a nice murti like what you have, or a shaligram like what you have there, and they offer the same tarpan bathing Lord Vishnu on that murti, on that form. It's just a natural form, tradition, natural form of Lord Vishnu. So the person is tied the little knot to expose, and correct me if I'm wrong, and the tip this kind of kick way out so, and you offer it right here on the grass. It's not because you're trying to trap the dead. You see, one day we go sit down and read Garud Purana and we go talk about those things. He says, Prabhu Guruji, because of Lord Shiva, kush grass, the worship, the usage, when they offer in Havana, they take kush grass in the lota and they sprinkling. He brought about purification. What are you talking about? Ole Pandit ever come home by Ole, and the poor man, like he realized, Ole mop the floor. Think what's it? You ever see them wetting down the whole place? The car, the house, the door, the children, everybody getting wet. It's like they didn't mop the house. You didn't bathe out. You doing prayers your whole life. What did this do that for? And you see Hindu? Think what I said. Watch with this simple. It's the first step we know how start the prayers. And the Baba is be going, oh ma, pavitra stew, and he's sprinkling. Why? We want to purify the place. We have to protect you who doing the prayers. And if in the street here, to use an example, it had somebody, like last night discourse, where the family is not rested. The people didn't do proper pinda, sapinda, dhan up the road. So the soul now, when they're out the kalsad with that diya, the soul is allowed to roam. So here have prayers, this house have prayers, that soul going to reach here. And the person going to start the prayer start to feel sick, start to feel weak, all kind of trouble. Because this entity is feeding off their form, feeding off the energy so that they could get help. So before the prayer start, put on the ring, stand up on the kush grass by this discourse. Because of the form, the three of them standing there, nobody are going to touch you. Get through with your prayers. Protect them. The soul done reach it, done come. We had to purify the place. Sprinkle the water with the name of Vishnu, charged by the touch of the kush grass in the lota. And the soul now, because Lord Vishnu name have it, he could touch the water and go. So soul, dead man, if you come and these people have prayers, go. Take your water and go. Sprinkle. That is what you're sprinkling that water for. When the soul leaves, your place come light. Your place come clean, as they say. Spiritually clean, not physically clean. He says, I understand that form of Hiranyaksh. What is your point, Guruji? Tell me. He says, in this katha, you have to understand what happens with Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, all know the story. And already celebrate Phagwa, and Phagwa coming up. That is the brother who thought he was bigger and better than Lord Vishnu. That is the brother who has Prahalad, Alahadad, Udahadad, and Salad, the four sons. These are the brothers that band together to give this father trouble. Narayan, when in different katha they wanted to kill, Indra comes to kill the mother. The baby is in the belly. Prahalad, how we know to say Narayan, when the baby is in the belly. And Indra came to hit that belly. Narad Muni come quick. Lord Vishnu sent him. He said, look, how are you going to do this? How are you going to harm the baby inside the belly? He says, you don't understand how it is to plan forward. The enemy is growing in that belly. Instead, I will take that lady And I will sing the different part, the different sanskar. I will do it and charge that child in the belly with the name of Vishnu. And when he comes upon the earth, he will know the name of God more than me and you put together. So whilst Hiranyakashipu was doing all his prayers to get powers to become the most powerful person as we know, the wife was making Prahalad. But in the place where she's making Prahalad, Narayanaya, and whole day the child hearing this in the belly. And he grew with it. So when Prahalad is born, Prahalad naturally gives this type of advice: pray to Vishnu, pray to Vishnu, pray to Vishnu. And every time he says it, it irritates the father. And you know the story. He tried to burn him, he tried to kill him, he tried to hang him, he tried to poison him. Abusing children doesn't yield too much of good. Let's hear what happens. As Nandishwar says, Lord Shiva is watching the work of Lord Vishnu. He says, one day, Hiranyakashipu, like how we have these posts in this main part here, slaps the post. Let's hear what he says. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam, Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Come on everybody, help us sing tonight. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Sambas Prahalad Vishnu Ratahi, Dul Rav Muniya Narsingh Roop, Narsingh Yena Tat Parye, Muniya Shalda Ye Aarti, Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam, Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. When he slapped the post, he says, if you believe in him, if your God is real, let him come from this glass pillar. Nandishwar says, Lord Shiva, body started to shake. Just as you hear in Ramayana, if you interfere, if you have enmity with that Vishnu, not in dream will you see Shiva. Not in dream will you have happiness. Lord Shiva's body started to tremble at this taunt of this great demon. And from the inner of that glass particle, from the atoms that made up that solid post, the energy that you and I cannot perceive, the energy that is inside cohesing stone and concrete together, holding every solid matter together, came together as a light and manifested into that four-handed human body, but lion head form, Narsingh. And in that moment, one by one, he grabbed all the soldiers that was in that courtyard and he ripped them open. And then Hiranyakashipu and Narsingh started dance in a fight. The time, the Abhijit Mahurat, or at 12 o'clock, just before that 12 o'clock hour had to reach. So they were fighting, but Lord Vishnu is playing with him. Saya Chatura Vedasya Deya Deya Hala Hala Yari Desho Pashanirpati Rambayeshwaraye Sada Shiva Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Everybody. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Remember what I say in that 12 o'clock hour have a lot of benefit and it also have a lot of curse. Just like how you want to finish certain, not all, certain type of shroud, Nandi Mukh shroud, in that shroud, that you want like where we just do when nobody pass away, let me say before your wedding, before the jug. That pinda does not make with rice. That pinda, it is mashed 9 type of fruit, let me say grapes, etc. And you're taking in the processor now and you're taking the pulp and you're making the pinda. In that type of shroud, you have to finish that shroud before 10 to 12. So when you go and you hear people say, I want my shroud finished before 12, it has some truth in it. It has some people that when the wedding have to do, if the Baba tell you your Mangalik, Mars in your birth chart at birth is in bad place, those people cannot marry in the night. They cannot marry after 12. And the wedding has to be finished before that 12 o'clock. When you hear the person say the Mahurat, the Lagan has to be consulted. Just as if we say the best time to do Jap is Brahmurata, that 4:30 in the morning. It have a benefit for doing the prayers in the right time. When we're doing Satyanarayana Vrat Katha and the moon up in the air and the person is doing the Sankalp and you want the moon to be in the sky, so when I'm doing it, I must get the blessing I'm praying for. It have a time to do everything. And it was time now to kill Hiranyakashipu. As you know, in the doorway, between forenoon and afternoon, when the Abhijit Mahurat is running, 12 o'clock hour, that Sandhya hour is running, he held him on his lap. Neither in the sky where Lord Shiva is, neither in the earth where Lord Shiva is. He had to hold him on his lap. He goes in with the claws and he rips. And in that form, if you ever see a Murti where intestines are the mala, he drapes his body out of rage. How could you harm my devotee? When a person is a victim, you just hear people talking about Obya, Tantric prayer, Tamasic prayer, Vashikaran prayer. Vashikaran prayer is that type of mantra where the person is using prayer, but they want to confuse the other person. You know, Samhita, imagine you have an interview, Baba, I have an interview tomorrow. Give me a mantra now. When I go, the person wouldn't hire me, but I want them to watch me, and something must happen. I don't have the qualification, but still hire me. That the effect. I'm going for my visa. Give me a mantra must be successful. Without the mantra, you are going through. But with the mantra now, the person must see you fail, but still give you. When I have to go and see the girl Baba, and I go ugly. Let she see ugly, but let she like me now. Vashikaran, mind control mantra, Hindu, Christian, Muslim have it. That type of prayer does exist. People just take it and they just twist it. When you ask your daughter how you pick up somebody double your age and he's so ugly here, money to mind you, how you so stupid? Dad, I really wasn't thinking me, you know. I feel like I floating. I don't know where I was when I was doing all of this craziness. Vashikaran mantra. Please remember that. When you hear a long time, people tell you you blow on the flowers and you get the girl the flowers. Everybody like to get rose. They like to get flowers, blow on the flowers and get the girl it, and she will become so captivated. It have a reason why in most of them love song and them film song, they have pull, a pull, a pull. The mantra have pull too. So here Lord Shiva part now. When you want to break Vashikaran, when you feel your child going bonkers and they're getting tied up with all type of addiction, they're going crazy for everybody who named Hernandez and all them Spanish people coming, and you want to bring back your child back to sense, it have mantras called San Mohan mantra. San Mohan mantra is most of the time Shiv mantra that break Vashikaran prayer. My son was my son in it, but you see when that girl come, the boy don't listen to sense again. He don't listen, he don't think for himself. It's as if something corrupt him. When you feel that happening, go to your God. It have prayers that on Shivratri night, if you use it, the person somehow just wake up and say, Ma, I don't know what I did doing that, but I understand what you're saying now. You feel the girl being unfaithful, but I too stupid to see sense. Who's stupid when the darkness come to light? When you use San Mohan mantra. You know when the mother talks, she bad. That ever happened there? Babe, I don't feel you should trust in her. Not everything with this glitter is gold in her. Ma, shut your mouth now. Well, you know. You in trouble now, you bad. And everybody who cheating, robbing, stealing them good. Really hush your mouth. Go and do the San Mohan mantra and pray to him properly. And you're going to see what in the dark, who had to see the sea and sense this come. Adha yedha krithayate khelna khelna dhudharyam Vedya mara he Narasimha ye aarti, Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. So when you have Vashikaran mantra, it have mantras called San Mohan mantra to break them bread, to make all seal, all work. When you hear people say they throw thing and a cross, sit and my foot changing color, it have prayers. You could help yourself, boy. But when it have all type of enemy, man in this marriage, me I say them thing, look how this man accusing me. When you have good gra, the village will damn you. Everybody will say, you say, but they're saying where I say no. You did, you thief, you say, you do the obia, you who praying for my children to dead. I get a miscarriage, you who caused it. You're going to say you did, you sleep in the eclipse, etc. Somehow nobody will do nothing that time. You're facing different kind of problem. This is where you go to Narsingh Baba. If you don't know about Narsingh worship, this is why. This is the use. He says, whenever a person interferes with the child of God, go and worship Narsingh. That is why you will see the lion head in that Hanuman form. That just as Prahlad is an innocent child and people attacked him and tried to kill him and tried to mash him up in this very aggressive form. This is not the smiling Krishna. This is not the smiling Ram form. This is the form that rips open the enemy. When he was finished with Hiranyakashipu and he destroyed all the ministers and he held on to all the security and he ripped them. Good people started to get damaged now. How could you stand here and witness my child Prahlad being destroyed? You have condoned it, and before they could say anything, rip them open. Imagine the scene. All the devatas now get frightened. Lord, we call this man for help, but look, trouble now. Prahlad, go. Vishnu Puran says Prahlad went. This Shiv Puran says he stand up in front of him and he begged him. But in Vishnu Puran, Prahlad, Lord Vishnu gets very angry with Prahlad. In the stotra, in the Narsingh Kavach, Prahlad is saying, please forgive them, please Shanti, please protect, but don't damage them. Reward good people. Who you have to damage based on their karma, based on their inner thoughts, in their deeds. You deal with that. But good people, don't harm them. And he puts the claws into the back of the child and he's so angry. Why are you praying for them? How could bad people interfere with good children? Children, he doesn't say age. Children is children. In front of God, he is a child. For this reason, when people chant the Narsingh Kavach and different types of stotra, when people are hitting you, when the doctor has to give up on you, when you are going through problems that X-ray, MRI, all the tests, nothing are picking up with it. And the doctor say, go and talk to your pundit. These way telling you to go and talk about. Go and use prayers like this. More powerful than the Hanuman Chalisa, more powerful than the puja you are doing. These forms are there to protect these type of moments, these type of attack when you don't know what you are fighting, when you cannot see the enemy. But now, Narsingh Baba is so ardent that he wants to destroy all. He says, I don't want to only destroy bad. Let me destroy everything. Everything that is mobile, immobile, good, bad. I make everybody. Sometimes we just think you just sit in Kali discourse. People just get confused. And God make the damage the bad people. Them bad, kill them. Where you coming to kill we for? We's good people. Kali Mata and Narsingh Baba says one thing. I make everybody. Everybody is equal. And when my children disappoint me, when my children act inappropriately, when they do things that are wrong, I am going from Saran to Baran. I'm going to destroy all. All have disappointed me. I, as a parent, I am not going to excuse some because there is Brahman and some because there is Sudra damage. I am not going to punish the fat and spare the thin. I am not going to reward the rich and spare the poor. That favoritism does not exist. That exists between me and you. We feel we different. But in his eyes, in this discourse, Prahlad. Everybody going to pay because they interfere with this one devotee of mine. This is the end, and I'm going to destroy everything. You studying what in this palace? Study this earth, study this planet, study this solar system, everything gone. And with that rage, he wasn't coming down. Prahlad has to back away. He says, you don't come around me. You don't come here. These people are going to pay. Rakshita, Rakshita, ye tara, he nilakanta ye shrutuya, Vishwaye parijate Shiva, Samba Shiva ye bhutnatam, Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva. Prem Subhalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Prahlad is crying because his Lord, you have to understand that nursing form. When Lord Shiva has that, when Lord Vishnu is acting off the script, you come to do your work, you come to re-establish, and you know the verse, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya. You come to bring back balance. What are you doing now? You're going far. And Lord Shiva has to come many times and pull him back square. All the devatas run. Prahlad, the greatest bhakt, he's helpless. Lord Vishnu is out of control. They run to Kailash and now they bow. Oh Nilakant, oh the one whose throat is blue. Remember that, not the body. When you're doing different form of burial, there are 12 forms of burial. One is black, one is blue. Depending on the nature of your prayer, there you might see a blue Shiva. But the blue is really the throat here. He says, Nilakant, we need you now. Whenever Shiva comes upon the earth, you have to go and help him. You have to take a form to remind him. He gets so enraptured in the Maya, in the Devi. He gets reactive, he gets caught up, and he doesn't want to leave. It is as if he's enjoying this creation. We seek your refuge, Prabhu. We are under attack by Hiranyakashipu, the embodiment of dark magic, tantric prayer, the onslaught of the enemy where they're invisible. I can't see the person who is attacking me. You have to understand why you celebrate Phagwa, you know. People just think, well, we holy kade. You have to understand what that Hiranyakashipu was. In today's world, when ladies get up and you get cysts in different parts of your body, when you're getting different lump in different part of your body and you are getting marks on different part of your body, maybe in the satsang, Baba, you're talking about, maybe we don't get to talk about it, but it is real. And you want to know where these health problems coming from. Understand that Hiranyakashipu was the one who used to use invisible weapons. Things that would attack the person, scourge the person when they're resting, when they're sleeping, when they're breastfeeding, when they're feeding a child, when they go out. You go to a wedding, you went with your good self, looking nice, feeling nice. You come back, you're vomiting, you're diarrhea, your hair dropping. How? How that come? And why it is, you ever see when you're in the trade show, they see a blue thing with a kind of black and white circle business? Or you ever walk in the trade show? For those of you that went in there, you see it where they just take the chili pepper business and they just tie it with a lime and different, hang it up in the shop, so charcoal. Different form of the energy that will block that type of vision. Last time we talked about the chumain with this. But when you use different article to pull the negative energy off, what will they say, Jari? What is Jari? Jari is your energy is weakened because of the influence and the effect of somebody else. The girl porting, she pawned, she clothes, she looked nice, she went to the wedding. Somebody say, you see how she looking? And somebody else say, wow, she look nice. Porting, she started to drop here, she feeling sick, she wanted dead. She going by she grandmother. And Mark bring the peacock feather. When you watch watch Christian Bhagwan missing it. All you go and get that for me. Christian has the peacock feather on top of his head. Why he has that? The mother, not the pundit, not the guru, The mother knows that the eye in the Valmiki Ramayana, the eye of Lord Vishnu is sitting in the peacock feather. And the mother fed up with his nature. Somebody always trying to kill my child. A bull, a bison, a bird, a bull cat, somebody tried to poison him. Put it on his head. And they say wherever that peacock feather is, the eye of Vishnu, bad people had to go away. So if you're going to the bank or you're going to somebody's office and you see they decorate with that peacock feather, understand what they're doing. The mother poor thing, she fed up. Anytime I lay you go outside is some trouble. Man, look, put this thing on your head and lay be like a warding off agent. You and I, this wet beach. We just go and get jari with peacock feather. We just go and get jari, yes, with flowers or kush grass to get certain things off of your body. But where it come from, Hiranyakashipu had a burden that he would send secret enemies. He would attack you in a way you wouldn't see it and you wouldn't know what hitting you. But you're feeling sick, you're getting sickly, you're going down. Sickness coming, but you're thinking you're in a fight. So when the person now is able to destroy Hiranyakashipu, and the people start to dance with the colors is what the sun is charging to give you the energy. When you see people wearing different type of ring, Mongolic people wear that blood coral, let the sun hit the stone and let that color imbibe that energy, that gemology. Look like this swatikam tonight on my hand. The different colors, the gem, let the sun, the solar energy penetrate and raise my aura so that the problem I have, let it go. So the colors you're shooting and you're bathing the person with for Pagwa, let that energy permeate over your aura. And the sickness that you have, let it go. The sickness internally, like cysts on your kidney, causing you to urine too fast, too quick. Pampers time. Trouble. We don't want that trouble, dear God. So the person you will see them take green abir. And Ishwar in that form, sit on them, protect them, save them, ongche them. Remember, it have a praise in it, you know. It's not just sing and drink rum. It have a God there. And the different colors actually have different benefit. One benefit is calling Shiva. Whilst you and I might be very comfortable practicing, Lord Shiva flag is what color? Or is the Hindu? I don't know. I know it's not blue because we say blue is for illusionary things. White is used when you're doing Lingam Puja, when you had Jag, you go see the part white there. When he's sitting like that, Shankar Bhagwan, the flag is be orange. When he stand up straight with the Trishul like this, the flag is turn green, Mahadev. When he dancing and the foot cock race and the handy like this and he dancing on Daruk, the little, if you watch on the foot, you see a little, it does look like a child, but it's a demon. And the flag is get red. So the colors come from his worship. Wait, here why? When they go by Shiva and they start a mama guy, he smiles and he says, why are you calling me? Vishnu is on the earth doing his work. What trouble you want to trouble me now? Nandishwar says, Prabhu, you are the only person who could control him. You are the only person who could bring closure to his work. He, like a child, is taking the weapons and the strength and he's going amok, causing damage now to Mother Earth. Please show mercy upon Dharti Mata. Please show help. Please rescue her. Please save her now, God. And they started mama him about his eyebrow, his 3 eyes, different things. And when they start to beat the drum from the Shakti, when you go in your wedding, when they wait until go and they see they telling you how to worship them 5 leaf on top of the drum, and you see the person pay attention, and next time you go see what's it, and they hit the tasa like that. That Vira Shakti, the energy mother comes stand up here. We're going to conjure, we are calling you in different form, but don't let the tasa stop. Let your energy reverberate and give we success. Like when we fan in the lawa, when we patch in the lawa, when we go in for dirty matter, let we to go safe, come back safe. When you go in the prayers and ring the bell and blow the song, run away bad. So the person put the tasa in front, we go in on the road and we walk in, don't let nothing bad interfere. We don't let nobody stop, we nobody going to fall down, get sick, etc. Let we go safe, stay safe, come back safe. But the tasa always in front. When they're doing the agwani and we just put the tasa in front, understand that have a purpose. It's just sometimes we don't know why. When they started to beat the damru with that drum he have in his hand, he's calling the Devi to protect the children. In the sound energy, the sound waves, That Devi is called Veera Shakti. You just hear people calling she Veera Lakshmi, Veera, Veera, Veera. Where that Veera is, the knocking of the drum that runs away bad and bad people. This is also why we don't do tasa. We're not supposed to do tasa. I know now we had different things that happen for funeral. This is why we don't do tasa. If you understand why you're hitting tasa in the first place. By and large, you'll get a dance after. But the tasa is calling a god, and you cannot invoke it. We can't do aarti, we can't do havan on the day for the normal agni. As you understand in your prayers, I can't call that form of Devi here. So you're not supposed to play tasa. But I guess it's Kali Yuga, and people is do anything. How you wanted to go, just now they go do all kind of craziness. It's getting worse by the day, trust me. Shiv Baba started to knock the drum. And when he was knocking the drum, it invocated a scary fella by the name of Virabhadra. Virabhadra is a form of Lord Shiva as well, but he is very gruesome. No mercy. Very aggressive. We hear about him when they went to destroy Daksh Prajapati Yagya. He says, Prabhu, my body is trembling like that damru. You have called me, you have conjured me, you are calling me in here now. When that drum is being reverberated, when it is being knocked, I have to come. I cannot stay easy. Dear God, I've come. Tell me what you want me to do. Tell me what work you want me to accomplish. And whatever you put me to do, I will not stop until it is done. He says, go up on the earth and remind if he is called Hari, Lord Vishnu, Sri Hari Vishnu, Hari. I am Hara. I am the one who is his counterpart. I am the one who is able to hold him. Go and remind him that his time and tenure on earth is done. Do it gently. Virabhadra is not a gentle fella. Virabhadra is let me just say, a different form of Bhairo. He's only made for war. But now he has to go as an emissary of peace. So he goes. Let's hear what happened. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu. Everybody. Shakti Rupena Samstita. Namastasye. 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu. Namastasye, 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 namo namah, ya Devi sarvabhuteshu, shakti rupena samvrita. Jagata mukha par Bhagavan Vishnu Narsingh Rupasthititvatam Proktasi Parameshwar Yena Par Ye Shakti Ye Yati. Come on everybody, you know this. Mother, you are the Shakti. He says, oh Madhav, Virabhadra now calm, talking to a roaring lion. Oh Madhav, you have incarnated on earth and I have been selected to come and gently remind you, Prabhu, your work here is finished. It is time for you to return to Vaikuntha. Mother Earth cannot sustain you. When you came in Matsya form, when you came as the fish to save Manu, you had to leave. When you came in Kurma form as the tortoise, you had to leave. Prabhu, your work, your power is great, but you have to leave. When you came as the dwarf to save us from Bali, you had to leave. Dear God, please accept this reminder. Shiv Baba, your dear one, sent me to talk to you. Please accept my words. Please accept my words and leave this place for the sake of Mother Earth. Ativa Ghora Ye Bhagavan Train Narsingh Vyasuye stop. And ladies, all of you go and pack that parasat dinner. Bring it back this side. All you go miss out all the katha. And the shanty tell them come back this side now. All you come so all you going. All you can't be so sinful. This katha going and all you go and hide in the kitchen. Come back this side. Upahariye Vishwaye aarti Manav Sindhya ye aarti Namastasye Namastasye When Virabhadra said this, Narsingh starts to glare his fangs as a lion, big canine teeth, watching, smiling, grunting, grumbling. He says, I am Vishnu, and I will destroy everything that is mobile and immobile. You and all your lost fools from Kailash cannot stop me. Do you know who I am? I am the storehouse of power. You do not know, oh little dark emissary of that one who is living in that icy tip mountain. I am where Brahma grows from. If you think Brahma is the creator, he grows from my navel. I am the one who is able to destroy everything. And if you don't move from in front of me, I will destroy you. Virabhadra starts a call on Shiv Baba. He says, you have to help me here now. He says, my modus is to fight. I don't take lightly to this type of talk. He says, oh Virabhadra, I am Kal, I am time, and nothing beats time. You could be what? You could be the strongest pillar. You could be the best metal. You will erode as time is passing. You will break down as some way, somehow, as time is passing. But I am time. I am everlasting. What threat can you threaten me? Virabhadra says, you don't know. You have forgotten who Vishweshwar is. The one who carries that peanut bow on his shoulder. You forget that one who has that snake around his neck. You forget that one who gives you the Sudarshan Chakra on your hand. If you are calling the powers that you have, if you think you are that one, why were you called Satyanarayana Swami? Who was it that stood as the column, as the lingam, and says in Kali Yuga, because you spoke the truth when Brahma lost his head to Bhairo. When Brahma, why you don't, as a Hindu, why you don't do Bhairo and Brahma Puja? The creator, the sustainer, the destroyer, the Trinity, great, good. But I do Shiv Puja, I do Vishnu Puja. How come you do Brahma Puja? Where's the Parsad for Brahma? Where's the color of the flag? Because when Lord Shiva tell him, because you lie, Bhairo, take off one of the head. If you ever see Bhairo Murti with a head in his hand, this is the head I'm talking about. Don't lie. For that reason, before we cut off more, nobody ever do your puja. But Lord Vishnu spoke the truth. And Lord Shiva was the one who says, in the age of Kali Yuga, when people's lifespan is short, Satyanarayana Vrat Katha, when people will get very sickly and they can't sit down in the forest for 25,000 years, do Satyanarayana Puja. And you will give them health. When you see people offering fig with the spotted, the very ripe fig, chapter 1 of that part, Lord Shiva said the most appropriate prasad for Satyanarayana Swami Vishnu is very ripe fig. When you see people making boil and fry plantain for prayers, know why they're doing it. The potassium in that plantain gains Vishnu's prayer. He says, do you forget that? Who gave you the milky ocean you are floating on? Who gives you the spot? You're talking about you're high-handed and you have this power and you have that power. Oh man, oh Vishnu, don't be so foolish that you are forgetting who gave that power to you. That Shiva is the one, the Shakti, the mother has to relate, the Prakriti, she has to relate to him. This universe dances to his nature. That's why he dances and everything else has to follow. If you do not stop this now, that blue-throated God is going to arrive here I, as his worker, will not wait for him. I will not make him sweat to fight you. I will destroy you myself. The lion starts to roar. And with that roar, Virabhadra dragged the sword. Time to fight. Battle is about to come. Positive and negative wire about to spark. And that big spark multiplied 1,000,000 times. Something is coming. Narsingha Mahashena Pashupatiyena Madhyayate Mahabhaga Pashuyenati Yadhuyate Mahashivayatam Namasasye, namasasye,
Namasasye, namo namah, ya Devi sarvabhuteshu, Shakti rupena samshrita.
He says, if you are the preserver of this world, and he's holding the cutlass now, and he's getting ready, he says, don't forget who is the potter, who takes the mud and molds it. If you are the one who is in control of the globe, who makes the globe, who makes all of these things happen behind your back, who is playing behind you, around you, when he takes Christian form, who is doing work so that Christian could do his work. You'll hear about that tomorrow night. Who brings Ram Janam to a close, when Sita Mata dies, when Mother Earth takes she in the end and she goes down, Sri Ram is still on the throne. He didn't care about that. That didn't bother him. When Hanuman get licks and they beat him and they hang him up in the tree, that didn't bother him. But something happened with this Shiv Baba. Something Lord Shiva did in Ramayana to end Ram Janam. He has to do it in Christian Janam. He has to do it time and time again. And Virabhadra says, it is time for him to, the potter has to take the mud and he has to mold it. You're boasting because of what your form and all that you have. Use the best diya, use for children. Use the best diya, use the biggest kalsa, use the best house. He's the man who makes you the best. He's the man who put you in that position. And you're forgetting that now. He says, but today you're going to remember him. Remember, he's the one who fights you in every form. When you were in the boar head form, it was Shiva who held on to the tusk. And if you ever see in the boar, in the Varaha Murti, there's a broken tusk. Lord Shiva was the one who break it off. And when you watch him in some murti where he has a necklace, it looks like claws, sometime around the waist. Watch the murti, you see what I'm saying? It looks like tiger claw. It's really the tusk from Lord Vishnu form. He's decorating his body with the champion. Narsingh Baba gets up and with all the energy rushes at Virabhadra. Vyakshena, this next name for Lord Shiva, with the Trishul of fire. Lord Shiva does not want Virabhadra to harm him. That 5-headed form of Lord Shiva, with the Trishul now is not metal, it's burning with flame. He got up from Kailash and he has to go. Parvati wants to know, what happened to this man? You was now doing job. You was now very calm. What wrong? What disturbance? What causing this? He says, Devi, I have to go and work. He says, I had to work when the 5th head of Brahma had to be removed. I had to go and work when Vishnu was fighting Dadichi. Where does the shrap come? That the lady, when she has her monthly cycle, she becomes unclean. There's a Muni that has to die called Dadichi. They needed his bones to make weapons. And when the whole katha was finished, they gave the shrap to trees. Not every tree it is put in the Hawankun. Tree like aloes, thing that ooze the liquid, the sap, you're not supposed to use it, it's unclean. The woman, when she come unclean, she's not supposed to do certain type of offerings, such as Shivratri Brat. The sea, you're not supposed to put murti in the sea because of the suds and the changing of the tide. That coating that is happening there is because of this katha with Dadichi. He says, Mother, I had to go and fight when all of that was going on. When I had to make, when they were offering the different lotus flowers by Lord Vishnu, I had to go and fight when the Sudarshan Chakra was being made. And now, one more time I am being called upon. I have to go and save Vishnu. Vishnu is about to make a mistake, just like when Kali Mata was going to make the mistake. And who is the star boy? Shiva lies down under her foot. And he takes that drishti, that shakti, that parashakti from her body. It is time for him to go and bring them back into control. The same electricity to get the light, to turn that fan. Let your hand go and touch that electricity. No need for cremation. The same electricity could damage you. The same electricity could be useful. And what this is showing, if you're not careful, it could damage. The same divinity could bring bad, depending on how you treat with it. Mahadev Baba is the controlling. Imagine the piece of plastic around the electrical line. He says, Mother, please know that I'm about to do my work. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samhita Namasasye 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 Namo Namaya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samhita. As the rage of Mahadev, he knows his mantras and he is pulling so much of energy. The Tej of Devi is on his body. The person is radiating. The fire of Durga is on his body and he's getting ready to meet with Narsingh, to hit him with all his force. But Shiv Baba still has the inner workings. Understand how your Lord Shiva is working. When you look at your form of Lord Vishnu, when you go to prayers with your Baba home, and you just hear the song blowing. Watch your pity and you just had the song, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, 400 form, he has the song in the hand. But Lord Shiva don't have a song. It have some people when they're doing Shiv Puja, they will not blow song. Depending on the vrat you are doing, song is not to be blown in his puja. Instead, you would use Lakshmi song. Lakshmi song is the one with it is do power puja with. If you ever see, that one doesn't have the hole, it has no place to blow. That is a seal song. If the normal song is this way, this type of song is turn inside this way. It looks totally different. And you bathe the lingam with this type of song. Sometimes in Murti, you see a shell with liquid being poured on something. That is what I'm referring to. But why? Lord Vishnu he lives to see in Krishna avatar where Sudama, Melene Sudama Ai, that Sudama, after they leave the earth, gives Radha Devi the shrap. That in the next kalp, when they're coming back again as Krishna, you're not going to marry him. You have to live one side. And Devi didn't like that. She says, you are talking like a demon. Go and be born on the earth, what we call the husband of what would be the Tulsi plant is Shankachur. Long story short, when they finished beat him, when Mahadev Baba beat him, all the gunners are squealing and jumping and a lot of energy, a different type of festivity now. The dead body is in his hand of 400 Ishwar, that form. The 4 hands is holding the body of this demon, ready to throw him in the big fire as they are dancing and hopscotching around. Lord Vishnu come and he said, no, hold on. That's still my bhakt. That demon, that bad fella, is still my devotee Sudama. Throw his body in the sea for me, Shiv Baba. Spare him. And from his bone, let all the seashells come. And when people have Vasudhara Puja, when you see some people have Vasudhara Puja, they just take the gobar and they just make it like for children, a burger cake on the wall, and they just put 7 shell for the Sapta Rishi, and they just worship these 7 shell in the house when certain people, meaning patra-wise, certain people have to marry. Bless these children that when they're married, they don't separate, they don't have untimely death, etc. Why is the shank blown? Because it comes from this discourse. And from Shankachod comes Shank. That from his bones, let let the blessings of Lord Vishnu run away bad people, bad things. So when in Gita you hear Krishna bellowed the sank at the beginning of the war, this is why that is significant. But Shiv Baba did not forget the backstory. Kalp after kalp, he remembers that was still a bad person, and you will not see in his murti a sank in his hand. Shiv Baba remembers how this form, the lion that is now in this half human, half lion form, how this lion had a history with him, and he does not want Virabhadra to intervene. He comes like this big column of light, and Virabhadra was there, and then whoop, the light make him disappear. Narsingh is still charging, there's nobody standing there. But from the spot, Lord Shiva takes a different form. Bola, bola, bam, bola. Bola, bola, bam, bola. Nandi says, listen, just by listening to this, you'll hear the blessing. Why I'm reading this discourse tonight. He says, Sanat Kumar, you caused this. You caused Hiranyakashipu to come upon you, but listen what you did. Aaye Shivaratri Bhambola, Aaye Shivaratri Bhambola, Shiva Shivaratri Bhambola. Come on everybody, simple chant, we nearly finished.
Aaye Shivaratri Bhambola, Shiva Shivaratri Bhambola.
Tat par sharanga rupyate Parameshwar pashaye yati Sarva dhavani jayati Sharabhaye lingayetam Aaye Shivaratri Bhambola. Come on. Shiva Shivaratri Bhambola. Bola, bola, bambola. Bola, bola, bambola. Bola, bola, bambola. Aaye Shivaratri Bhambola. Shiva Shivaratri Bhambola.
Shiva Shivaratri Bhambola.
This form he takes had never been seen before. He has a beak. He has wings like a bird. He has 1,000 arms. He has fangs, talons like a bird, but sharp claws that swipe. These are his weapons. There's no Trishul now. Those talons are sharp like Vraj, like the thunderbolt, like the bones of the Dichi that will break even the thunderbolt of Indra. This long-handed form, very black, winged form of Lord Shiva, flapped its wings over the lion, and the lion tried as best as it could to reach him. But all the ferocity of Narsingh couldn't touch him, couldn't reach him. Every time he came close, the Sharabha form raised up a little more. Sanakumar starts to cry, to listen to the force, the power, that even though he has mercy for Lord Vishnu, nothing is going to happen to him. Nothing is going to happen that Narsingh is going to regret, that he's acting like an animal, he's out of control. But when that behavior calms down, he is going to feel sorry. And Lord Shiva says, and with the Krita, with the fire of Krita, I'll explain that for you next time, with a different type of force, Lord Shiva wants to hit him, because it's only then when Lord Shiva does the work, does the power of Vishnu come under control. And with one swipe with the hand to the back of Narsingh, you know about Narsingh Katha, you know about Prahalad, you know about how you call it Phagwa, but did you know how that Narsingh Katha ends? Remember what I'm saying here tonight, you have a little blessing to get. Bola, bola, bambola. Come on, sing with me. Bola, bola, bambola. Bola, bola, bambola. शिवरात्रि बम बोला,
शिवरात्रि बम बोला,
शिव शिवरात्रि बम बोला,
शिवरात्रि बम बोला,
शरभ्य रूपा ऋषयाते नंदीश्वर भर हे हारा, इंद्रये रूपा ये आती, द्विज कैलाश ये यात, आई शिवरात्रि बम भोला,
शिवरात्रि बम बोला,
शिव शिवरात्रि बम भोला,
शिवरात्रि बम बोला.
If me and you saw a flying bat with 1,000 arms and all kind of teeth, this scary figure, me and you go watch it and get frightened. The devatas who had less understanding, they got frightened with this horrific form. How this form could be? I never see this type of form before. What is this? But Nandi the bull. Watch how a person would face this thing. Look how my God great, eh? Look how my God going and fix this problem, eh? And Nandi is known in every katha. You remember what I said when you hear your Baba them talking? Nandi don't study nobody. In the wedding, when everybody watching how he ugly and he frightening, Maina. When everybody watching how he walking around the fire with crown on his head. When everybody is studying whatever, Nandi is always dancing. This Ganapati, before Ganesh existed, this Ganapati, when there was different people, when Andaka, when he sat on the Trishul, that Trishul where they see people put in lime, it have a reason that is put that day. One of the sons of Lord Shiva sat in that middle shul. Shul is a pipe. Trishul, three pipe. And Andaka sat there on top. And they just put the lime to represent the person. They doesn't know what they're doing. But they just put the lime to represent this person who went to pray there to get Ashiva. And when he went there and he sat, he get different blessings. But when Nandi saw all the work of Shiva, he would always throw up his hands in the air and dance. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't feel shame. Because when he sees how Lord Shiva could twist and turn what could be impossible, what me and you can't imagine, this man doing it, boy. When anything is impossible, he will make it possible. And Nandi has that Ashiva, that boy me study nobody. I have no shame inside of me. I love that man. I am not sinful like Pandit. And so you see Tanti go see if I dance, you know. If I go to sing tonight, Tanti go see. Uncle go talk or I bring the flowers and the mala I make perfect. You are praying to he that time, you praying to Uncle and Tanti. There you go. Because you afraid what them go say. Check yourself, eh? Remember, we just say we pray to God, but you really worship what the opinion of other people is. Think what's in. Where you buying the clothes you're wearing for? And where people go say, you gotta make sure I look good. My nephew tell me, father tell him you have to put on a long pants to make sure you have ambition, you know, put on a long pants. Dress appropriate, that is important, don't get me wrong. But think who you're worshiping. This man, he covering himself. He just throwing up behind and Nandi started to celebrate. When everybody was watching this winged form of Lord Shiva, seeing how he ripping the back of Lord Vishnu, what nobody couldn't do. This is a very, very aggressive form of Lord Vishnu. Everybody does salt offering to Narsingh Baba. If you ever see somebody take salt, mix it in ghee, and offer it into the Havan, this is that type of prayers they're doing. Everybody wants his Ashirvad. But now, this fella is hitting him. Ay Shivaratri Bham Bhola. Come on, everybody, let me sing tonight. We nearly finished. Shiva Shivaratri Bham Bhola.
Shiva Shivaratri Bham Bhola.
Bola bola bham bola.
Bhola Bham Bhola.
Bola bola bham bola.
Bhola Bham Bhola.
Ay Shivaratri bham bola.
Shivaratri Bham Bhola.
Ay Shivaratri bham bola.
Shivaratri Bham Bhola.
Shiva Shivaratri bham bola.
Shivaratri Bham Bhola.
Sahasra Rena ye bhat Vishnu he Shiva ye tam Yeshwar ye natre patitam. Bola, bola, bambola. Come on, everyone. Bola, bola, bambola. Bola, bola, bambola. Aaye Shivaratri bambola. All the Yagnas were dancing and singing and swaying to see the actions of the Lord. Let's agree to understand. Here we go. Let's agree to understand that sometimes you just hear things in Katha, you just see things in the movie, you just see things in the cartoon with this Lord Shiva, and you just be confused. What's going on there? I see Kali Mata rest she foot on Lord Shiva and the snake scatter. What is that? What going on there? What is happening until the day God bless you hear Adha Bhut Ramayan Katha with that discourse explaining the history of that form where Sita Mata converts to Kali. You wouldn't understand that picture. Until the knowledge, according to Gita, it is good when we are doing prayer. Better when you have the video or the knowledge. You know, I offer flowers because my mother used to tell me I have to offer Arahu to Durga. Good. And then, God bless you, today, you realize people in Egypt, people in Syria, people all over the world, Iran, where the sons of Ram spread the kingdom, Afghanistan, etc., in the Kush and Lawan Kush, where they have places called Kush, where these brothers established Sanatan Dharma. And they put hibiscus tea till today. You go into an Egyptian home, would you have some tea as part of their greeting? They say hibiscus, we say sorrel in Trinidad. The use of the herb to bring health is part of their greeting. The use of the herb to help with chain or in my offering to God because of the health content. Think about antacid effects of dove grass. Think about the blood with neem leaf, shami plant. How you call the other one? Shami leaf, parijat leaf. All these different things that is used in Devi worship because of the herbal content. In this case now, they are singing and dancing to see all that is unfolding. That Ishwar, even now you are protecting us. People will not understand your work. And what he does, the two claws hook into his back and break that lion human form in half. That in the ending of the Narsingh form, Lord Shiva had to remove him. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Strange. If this is the first time you are hearing something like this, I want to ask you, you're the Hindu, on your marriage certificate, marriage officers have to put Sanatanis. They follow Sanatan Dharma. If you're following Sanatan Dharma, answer this for me. How is it that Christian is Christian? How is it Christian dies because he got shot in the foot? If Christian is Christian, he went to the whole Mahabharata war. Not one arrow hit him. He's the charioteer. He died first. When he jumped off in the Katha in Anand Rama, and when he come off the chariot, Arjun, you come off. Hanuman, you in the flag, you come off. When Hanuman come off, everything mash up. That way it make the red flag tall. And don't you know that? Why do Hanuman flag this be tall so? That discourse. Alright, but how come now Krishna little arrow shoot him and he get damaged, the blood flow for the people tree? How did Sri Ram end the discourse? How does he go back to Vaikunth? May I show Baba? Tomorrow night I'll give you that discourse. Because you have to understand how Lord Shiva is working. For the blessing of people, Nandi started to call on him. He Purusha, He Shambhu, Suparnak, He Nilasham, He Sarveshwara, He Bhuvaneshwara, Nilo Hota, He Bhagavan. He starts to sing, he dancing, man, people getting ripped up in front of him. And here business. What have to start, have to finish somehow. And by when people don't like to listen, by the hands of Hara, by Bhola, when that Damru start to knock and the Devi start to play. For those people that ever went to Shakti Mandir and just see when they start to knock drums, something they start to shake and people just react. What that drum have to do with people's energy or vibration. Think what's in, you're the Hindu. Understand the linkage. Understand why he has that Damru in his hand. He's calling mother, come here, stand up here. Simple language. Come here, stand up here. Nandi and all the other gunners started to sing for him. Virabhadra is howling. Some are whistling, as we talked about Nandi last night. Why he's close to the lingam, cooling down the lingam, blowing on him, whispering, blowing on him, as how people is go to get jari and blow on the person. Where did it come from? From this Ishwar, this form of Lord Shiva. He says, Prabhu, you are the cosmic energy, you are the sky, you are the blue in the sky, you are the body, you are the soul, you are external to me, internal to me. Prabhu, what a great moment. This is why we pour the milk and the ghee, all these things on you, Prabhu. Calm down, shanti down. Your work is finished. Prabhu, destruction would have come here, but you saved us, oh King of the birds. In that form, Nandi says, Prabhu, may you be always draped. May you always be adorned with this lion's skin. So that the Hindu who looks, I say in Hindu between me and you, the Hindu or the Sanatanist, your devotee, your child, looking at your murti must be reminded of this discourse. Why would that be important? Virabhadra takes his skin off the lion now and wraps his Lord, not only around the waist, but he throws it like a kanhawar on the shoulder. I'll explain why the kanhawar is significant, what it means. He lifts the garland of skulls and he wants to wrap him. They adorn their leader with this lion skin. If Vishnu, if Hari is powerful, then Hara is the one who allows him to finish his work. You assist him, and in making him more powerful, meaning he gets to fulfill his duty. O Ishwar, you are the one who is recycling the body of Lord Vishnu. You are the one who sends him from here back to where in Vaikunth. Come, go. Come, go. You are the one who allows him to do his job. Put your hand together. We're going to answer with prayers now. Everybody, this is the Ashirvad part. Sanat Kumar wants blessings. Remember where we started? The narrator wants to give him a katha that has blessings. A person who reads, a person who listens to the episode of how Shiv gets the lion's clothing, that person's life is becoming blessed by listening to this katha that has the essence of the Ved. I'm reading from verse 38, chapter 12, Shata Rudra Samhita. This episode that bestows the glory that despite the age of the person, when sickness, when trouble, when difficulty and obstructions come, and it seems as if it is impossible to fight, when the enemy is invisible, when it is internal, when I cannot touch it, when the medicine feels as if it is impervious, nothing is working. This blessing brings that type of vardhan, that the miseries come to an end. The person will have the blessing of Shiva in the form of fulfillment of desires, bestows welfare, removes untimely death, and destroys the enemies, the various forms of enemies in he or she life. This Sharabha here will cause the enemy that is destroying the person's wisdom. The person is putting the oxycontin, the tablets, the drugs in their mouth. They become their own enemy. That form of enemy will be destroyed by this katha and this type of puja. Whenever a person calls the name of Shiva in this name on Shivratri night, this katha is being done. The bhakt that is listening, or the person who tells somebody, come, the temple have this, listen to this katha. You never hear this, you never know this. The person gets the blessings as if they had done Shiv Puja on the Ashtami day, on the Chaturdasi day, when the moon is there, and they are consecrating the Shiv Puja in your home, and you're asking for help. The 9th form of devotion is being practiced, and the person could get it. During danger, very important verse here. Let me sing this verse. You keep your eye closed. When you hear what I'm going to say here, this one had to do with bandit. Shiva, no drum, no nothing here, just me here. शिव शंकर को जिसने पूजा उसका ही उतार हुआ. शिव शंकर को जिसने पूजा उसका ही उतार हुआ. Hold on, uncle. Hold on with the organ. Hold on. अंतकाल को भवसागरनी उसका बेड़ा पार हुआ. यह पाटाय श्राद्धाय को व्रत हे मनोहर रुद्र लोकातम. रुद्र हे ये गाक्ष्यते भस्माये ये पात हुआ. अंधकाल को भवसागरनी उसका बेड़ा पार हुआ. When there's a danger from thieves, wild animals, human beings that wish to hurt and harm you in different ways, when there is crime that is being committed against you from your own self, when you are lazy, when you do not want to eat correctly, when you have children that don't want to eat proper medicine, the proper diet, the proper nutrition, and I don't know what to do. I don't know, this child only want to eat boiled rice, Baba. Pray to Lord Shiva in this form. The internal enemy will go. The hardened, the stubborn, the allergies will go. When you have court matter, when you have disturbances in the form of neighbors, when the environment is disturbed and your land is cracking, when you see people have different land slippage and the pundit come and they offer in different thing in the land, which form of God they calling on? This form. When the dust storm, I think we have too much of dust, so people taking Allegra. When the dust storm is causing major natural calamity, Lord Shiva, protect me. When comets are falling, when drought is coming, whosoever recites this discourse, whosoever with faith listens to this discourse, whosoever with faith practices the worship of Shiva with the lion skin, when you puja that form, you will get these types of help. Lord Shiva will manifest in your life in the solution form to these type of problem. One who listens with a calm mind and then does worship, the person who might get up tonight and do aarti for him, the person who might offer flowers by him, that person gets that blessing in this life and is awarded Rudra Lok after. And just as Nandi is dancing, listen to this verse. Oh, I love this verse. There are some people, oh Sanat Kumar, that are happy in this life. There are some children are born with the ability to smile, laugh. Every day they go to school, they smile and laugh. They come home, smile and laugh. They grow up, smile and laugh. And then it have some people cannot laugh not one day in their life. There are some people that are thrown into depression, despondency, dejection in the marriage, in their home, in their father's house. With the siblings, they are robbed, they are cheated, they are beaten. Happiness seems to elude them, and in their prayer, it seems like an animal is biting them, but I don't see the animal. I don't see the enemy. Why is it I could never be happy? Listen to this type of discourse. That in the most bleak moment, Lord Shiva bless each person. As your eyes close, bow your head. Rudra Lok Kam Nugra Bhakta Sarva Modakam Tatapara Sukham Sukham Yanti Prabhastapasya Kritam Krita. Bless that person with every happiness now. Bless them with happiness after. Bless them in the different moments where you are single, when you're married, the different ashrams, the different age, before the pension, when the pension come in, different points in your life. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Sometimes we say when we attain something, when I get married, I'm going to be happy. When I get that house, I'm going to be happy. When I get that job, I'm going to be happy. And somehow when you get here, there's getting more frustration. God, when I get the house, I'll be happy. And then you have to paint the house. God, I'll get the child and I'll be happy. When this child born, me going to feel so sick, I'll be happy. When the child born, different trouble now. Oh God, the child coming to look for me. I can't sit down easy in this house. Oh God, the child die. For every parent here, the child die. Different trouble. Some people don't get happiness. God bless you, you live. I want to live to see my pension. And you get the pension, but mommy, if you give me that pension, it's licks tonight. It sounds funny, but trust me, to have some people living in a house, they wouldn't get roti if they don't have a pension check. That is a truthful statement. And what they may not say to you and me, Pandit, what I going to tell you, boy, I can't talk them bad, I live in here. But in the heart, that man sitting there with that tiger skin hears the heart, the cry of that mother. Today the old lady can't walk fast. Come now man, walk now man. And the mother will sit, correct me if I'm wrong, as a young fella. But the old lady in she quiet moment, but how come when you couldn't walk and you just stumbling, busting up your lip, throwing down yourself, I couldn't walk fast, I didn't hit you then. I just sit down calm, cool, look how cute, you're creeping and waiting, you're walking and waiting, you're running and God are waiting. Don't fall that time. With patience. But when different pain, understand what I'm saying? That is your child, we're causing that, you know. When different pain hitting you now, and nobody are listening, and nobody can bring happiness or resolution, you're ashamed to say that. When your own let you down. Go by a courthouse, and it'll test your feet. See, when Indian, Hindu people fighting for land, it'll test the color of your blood. See, when they have to separate, as a marriage officer, when we sign the registration, and it's time to absolve the marriage, divorce time. And it's happening more and more. Hindu people backward, you know, in my opinion. Spend all the money for the wedding. You know if the girl could cook the roti good. You know how he could behave. You know if it's licks from now till. But spend the money, decorate, celebrate, good. Cat and bag in my woods. You know where you're going to get. Divorce 2 months after. Reach in court. And when time for the settlement, they'll ask the pundit, did you really officiate over this? These two people who fighting like cat and dog like this? Oh God. Poor pundit, yeah, they really love each other by that baby boy. You know what happened after? When you see the reach and it's time to separate the children, forget land, forget money, forget that. And the same Hindu, as we talked about last night, Twameva, Mata, Chap, Hita, Twameva, you are my God, mommy, you are my God, daddy. Now, the children come more like gold and silver, something to fight over. And the kind of language, I'm telling you, people in this temple, in this village, all they're ready for that. And I pray that God bless all that unhappiness, forget the people who fighting. I didn't tell you to like she, and I didn't tell you to like he. We have to abide with it. And the way they say, you like it, we have to love it, that kind of way. And when we as the people now, the family, getting caught in the middle, time for divorce, where you going to say again? And you're done married, where you going to take licks for the rest of your life? Divorce and done, man. Nobody want to do funeral that time. Maybe as a pundit, I should say, stay. But oh God, to do funeral is nice. And these monsters, all your mothers growing up with to now. Ooh. Please, before you teach your children to say sitaram and no and yes and all them words, teach them good to learn how to listen. When a girl tell you no, nothing wrong. Learn to say no, hear the no, and continue to live. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. They have boy children, they like to do aarti for the wedding day. Oh, mommy, oh, love you. But as that girl say no, it's dead. Think now, in this example, when you're in a scenario like that, if I go and say, this is my trouble, this is the enemy, this is the lion roaring, ready to kill me. If that food I cook good in an abusive home, in a cheating home, today I had to deal with a couple like that. And the girl get in trouble because she say, listen, you're cheating on me. You're having intercourse with Tom, Dick, and Harry. I I don't want to sleep with you anymore. I'm being straight. Everybody forgive me. That girl get licks with a 4-inch pipe. 2-hand break. Police come, hold him, but the hand on break. Who dead, had to dead, done dead. Somebody living in that type of abuse. How are you going to help them? When you hear about trauma bond and the person is in this situation, you know who this get vexed first when you hear the stories like that? The family, you know. Imagine that your sister, your daughter, whatsoever. Girl leave him, girl come from the, I can't go. The poor thing, remember where we start off with? The girl, she just learned from she father's house. The girl is as in your dharma, they tell you how God is choose the soul that goes. Soul is one, but how come he they say you will be born as woman, you will be born as a man? The soul in the woman body have a little more sin. Between man and woman, that's the difference. Baba, what are you talking about? That's stupidness. All are we equal. True? Watch man, watch woman. When the boy born, then the girl born, they look in the same, man. One little minor different in their anatomy. Reach puberty now. Man, voice cracking, he's a macho man, he could father a child at an adolescent age. The girl in pain. Pain. Go forward again, two love each other, they married, honeymoon, good. One belly hutting, one boasting. He's a man now, he got married. Children come in, both of us appearance. But one alone had to shoulder all that pain, brother. Not the other one. But he gets the rights. Daddy had to see the child. Check the patra first. Fast forward, go again. Menopause. Up till this day, they can't tell you where is menopause. Where's the 50 years of menopause? Some people have rapid heartbeat. Some people will tell you they're going and dead. No. They can't sit down like the man. He cool, poor thing. He getting gray, but he's still somebody go like him. The lady, she know herself. She can't eat food. She can't walk. She foot swelling. Different thing happening. Pain. Different kind of pain. How come? Equal? And this lady suffering from start to finish in the story. You call that equal? The man is as if his life is grace. Get all the pinda when they offer in pinda. Like my son. Where we here last night. But did you really work for it? How much fluid you lost when that child had to come into the world? Then talk. The girl, the sinful entity. Why it is so important that women get the opportunity to do prayers. The girl is this person that when she born, she belonged to the father. Father gives she name. Father gives she the way to live, standard, etc. My father teach me it so. Fast forward, uproot the girl now. Put you in the husband's house. Change the name. Change the ways. Change the behavior. You have to do it my way. Otherwise, go back. And that girl will learn that so quick. She'll adapt and change. When poor boy go or he get old, hey, just take care of your mother. Where we here last night. Go make sure she get to the pharmacy. Carry she by the doctor. If the son don't have time. You ever hear somebody say, I can't reach in the temple because my son don't have time to bring me? The third person to own the lady is the son. She becomes dependent. Hold my hand, child. Hold my hand, child. Carry me. Take care of me. And if you get that child, well, I say son, but you know what I mean. If you get that child, your life become easy. But without that child, you go grieve. Look how I come now. In this way, you live in a home where you're abused now. The child is holding your hand. The natural flow. The natural time, the natural thing is supposed, the hand is supposed to get hold. I hold you when you're small. Now is your time to hold me. But there are women who live in this type of abuse and they have to stay very quiet. Baba, don't say nothing, eh? Shh. And the Pandit has to stay very quiet. In those instances, that is why Lord Shiva is wearing that lion skin. That is where he will fight and break and destroy what you do not even want to talk about. When the enemy is in any form, when the enemy is inside your children's mind, you heard it yourself tonight when he said the internal, where it coming from? When the girlfriend corrupting the boy child mind. Shiv Baba wear that lion skin to remind you when you touch your foot, ask him to help you then. That is why if you think it hard, to go and bow by your lingam, take part in your Shivratri, offer your flowers tonight, something, in my opinion, something wrong with you. Everybody understand where I'm coming from? Because when your trouble come, pundit, bandit, nobody can help you, boys. You and you are alone in that ring with that lion, and you alone have to fight. When your breath, last night we hear about the breath on the chest, when you get in the short breath, is you and you alone. While things are good, bow by that lion skin wearing Ishwar and don't waste a moment again. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadevaki Jai. He says, blessed are people that get the opportunity to worship him in this form. That whenever there is trouble in their life, when there is trouble after, when the soul have to move. This is why we just do Shiv Puja when it have the Pinda Dan being done. Lord Shiva will allow you to reach where your karma is predestined, where you have to go safely and surely. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Everybody, let's all stand as we get ready to do our aarti. I hope you all are enjoying your discourse. Are you all learning anything? Put your hands together, we pray a little bit while the ladies and them get the aarti. If anybody want to come and join in aarti, if you're fasting, if you have your flowers, now is a good time. For the rest of us, let's pray together. This is called the Shivrak Stotra. This is where you're asking him to protect you. You know the trouble you're facing. Pray. Granam patu pura adi mukham patu jagatapati jivanam vageshwara patu kandaram shiva kandara Shri Kandau patu me kandam skandau Vishwa Durangdara Bujau bho bhara samharat Karo patu pinak dhru Jai Shiva Omkara Har Shiva Omkara Come on, everybody, help me clap. Akshamala, Bhanamala, Munnamala, Dhari.
Akshamala, Bhanamala, Munnamala, Dhari.
Chandana Mrigamada Sohe. Bale Shashidhari Om Jai. Everybody.
Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara, Om Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara.
Shvetambara Bhitambara Bhabhambara Ange. You talk to your Lord Shiva. Sanagadik Brahmadik Bhutadik Sange. Everybody.
Hare Shiva Omkara, Om Jai Shiva Omkara, Hare Shiva Omkara.
Om Har 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 गुण शिव की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित फल पावे जय शिव ओमकारा जय शिव ओमकारा Shiva Omkara Jai Shiva Omkara Hare Shiva Omkara. Help me, Just where you is. We know all them fancy song, but it we know them mantra. Fine. Say it with me. From you have to sing. When you sing, you're giving him that sacrifice. Om Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Hara 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 Mahadev. Mahadev Baba, tonight, as we come to the end of another discourse, Prabhu, I feel like time run away from we. Prabhu, thank you for this opportunity to have listened to your discourse. Prabhu, thank you for affording me the opportunity to listen and learn about you yet again. Dear God, help me to remember now. Help me to have that mindset. When I go home and I see you in my prayer room, help me to remember. Keshava was telling me something. Harijan Mandir taught me something. Shivratri brought it to me. And rip out the unhappiness. Rip out the unhappiness that is plaguing my life. Make the impossible come possible. Prabhu, tonight I thank you again and again. Bless me tomorrow night when Durbasa discourse, when Durbasa Rishi discourse is going to be given. Give me the Ashibad to hear it, to be here to hear it. Dear God, wash away the sin, the unhappiness, the test, the trouble that is plaguing me by simply the prayers that I am hearing. God, thank you for places of worship like this. Thank you for temples, the supporters, the people that sweep the temple to make it possible for other people to gather to do prayer. For those people that made the prasad, for those hands that cooked the food. Prabhu, tonight where you are wearing that lion skin, what more could I wish for these people, these servant and sevak that you have? Bless them, enrich them, save them, protect them from the crown of their head to the sole of their feet. I leave you. I leave them in charge of with you. Take care of them. Take care of their family and their friend. If a person wants that type of blessing, get involved and do something to help yourself. Make use of the time, the health, and the ability God gave you. God bless me to have that drishti, to have that ability to help myself. Together, everybody with one voice. Tvameva Mata. Lift your voice, come on. Tvameva Bandhushta. Tvameva
Dravinam Tvameva
Tvameva Sarvam
Mama Deva Deva
Tvameva Sarvam
Mama Deva Deva.
Together. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Prem Solo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Jai Jai Sitaram. Sitaram, everybody.
Sitaram.
Everybody, please have your seat. Make yourself comfortable.